Hi and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today we're discussing curling in Tunisian crochet. If you're not entirely new to Tunisian crochet, you have noticed that when you work the simple stitch, your fabric always tends to roll on itself. This is due to the fact that there is much less yarn on the front side of the fabric than on the back side. This makes the fabric want to curl like this so that the back side has more space. There are several ways to prevent this curling, and we will discuss some of them today. The first and easiest that you could think of when you have a fabric that curls is to change the size of your hook. This swatch is made using an 8mm hook, and I made two more swatches using a 6mm hook and a 10mm hook using the same yarn. As you can see, they both curl. So even if you use a much larger hook and you get a much larger piece of fabric with the same number of stitches, you will still get curling. This is natural for simple stitch, and you cannot take it out by using much larger hooks. This one is a bit too large even because there are holes in between the stitches. This is an example of when you're using a hook that is way too small. The fabric is very stiff and tends to curl even more. So if changing the hook doesn't work very well, what can you do if you have a finished piece like this? First of all, you could try blocking it. If it's acrylic, you just use some steam and then it relaxes the fabric. This is the same square, but I blocked it. This has the same number of stitches. It will be a bit larger when you block it, and now it's limp and flat. So this is a way to get rid of the curl. But if you have something that curls too much, even after blocking, then maybe you should check out trying a larger hook. Especially if working in the stitches is a bit difficult, you should try a larger hook before trying blocking. In future projects, you can also try using a different stitch combination than just the simple stitch. There are several stitch combinations that are flat when worked up. There are many lacy ones, and then there are the compact ones. I have 4 examples of stitch combinations here that are flat or nearly flat. Here is the honeycomb stitch, which is made up of simple stitches and purl stitches. This is only purl stitches on every row. This is alternating simple stitches with purl stitches on every row. So we have a row of simple stitches, 1 row of purls. And this is similar to the honeycomb stitch, except instead of purls you have twisted knit stitches. It's not exactly flat. You also have a lot of lacy stitches. So if you have a big project that you want to make like a blanket in one color, then you can substitute the simple stitch with one of these beautiful stitches. Another option is to add a border of one of these stitches to the main body of this. So while you're working, instead of starting from simple stitch from the beginning, for example if you're doing a grafcan, you start with a few rows of one of these stitches and then continue on the sides with the same stitch combination, and only in the middle you will have the simple stitch. This will prevent the curling, and it will give you the space to create your beautiful image. For example, this is a square made like this. We have purl rows on the bottom, the sides and the top, and the middle is made up of simple stitches. This is another example with the honeycomb stitches on the side and at the top and bottom. As you can see, without any blocking, it's very flat, even if the middle is made up of Tunisian simple stitches which like to curl out. This tip is valid also if you're making something with Tunisian knit stitches. You have the middle piece which is surrounded by the flat stitches. Now the last thing that you can do when you have a finished piece like this is adding a border made up of these kind of stitches after the fact. So let's say you already made your blanket or another type of project and it's very curly like this. Then you can work a border around this. You can work it in rectangles or you can work it as a metered square. I will show you both methods in future videos, and I have here an example. This is simple stitch, very curly, and this is the same kind of simple stitch square surrounded by honeycomb, and this is worked just like this. So you can make it as large as you want, and the rows come like this, so you can adapt it to any size blanket or another project. I hope this video has been useful to you and that it will help you have flat projects from now on. I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if any of my tips are helpful to you in your projects. I hope you have a great day and I will see you next time. Bye!